A whole lot of fur has been flying since last Thursday, when the New York Times published a game-changing investigative story about Harvey Weinstein's sexual misconduct that in lightning speed brought the mogul to his knees. He apologized and took an immediate leave of absence from the company he co-founded, but that wasn't enough. His board members and legal advisors have been resigning en masse. And as new, ugly details emerge of 3 decades of settlements for sex-related offenses, he's quickly becoming a national pariah. I applaud the New York Times and writers Jodi Kantor and Megan Twohey for getting the story in print. I'm sure it was a long and difficult road. Also read What Does the Harvey Weinstein Scandal Mean for the Weinstein Co.? But I simply gag when I read Jim Rutenberg's sanctimonious piece on Saturday about the media enablers who kept this story from the public for decades. Until now, he puffed, no journalistic outfit had been able, or perhaps willing, to nail the details and hit publish. That's right, Jim. No one, including the New York Times. In 2004, I was still a fairly new reporter at the New York Times when I got the green light to look into oft-repeated allegations of sexual misconduct by Weinstein. It was believed that many occurred in Europe during festivals and other business trips there. Also read Lisa Bloom resigns as advisor to Harvey Weinstein. I traveled to Rome and tracked down the man who held the plum position of running Miramax Italy. According to multiple accounts, he had no film experience and his real job was to take care of Weinstein's women needs, among other things. As head of Miramax Italy in 2003 and 2004, Fabrizio Lombardo was paid $400,000 for less than a year of employment. He was on the payroll of Miramax and thus the Walt Disney Company, which had bought the indie studio in 1993. I had people on the record telling me Lombardo knew nothing about film, and others citing evenings he organized with Russian escorts. Also read Harvey Weinstein's scandal turns him from Democratic player to political pariah. At the time, he denied that he was on the payroll to help Weinstein with favors. From the story reached in Italy, Mr. Lombardo declined to comment on the circumstances of his leaving Miramax or Ricucci, saying they were legal matters being handled by lawyers. I am very proud of what we achieved at Miramax here in Italy, he said of his work for the film company. It cannot be that they hired me because I'm a friend. I also tracked down a woman in London who had been paid off after an unwanted sexual encounter with Weinstein. She was terrified to speak because of her non-disclosure agreement, but at least we had evidence of a payoff. The story I reported never ran. After intense pressure from Weinstein, which included having Matt Damon and Russell Crowe call me directly to vouch for Lombardo and unknown discussions well above my head at the Times, the story was gutted. I was told at the time that Weinstein had visited the newsroom in person to make his displeasure known. I knew he was a major advertiser in the Times, and that he was a powerful person overall. But I had the facts, and this was the Times. Right. Also read TV reporter Harvey Weinstein masturbated in front of me. Wrong. The story was stripped of any reference to sexual favors or coercion and buried on the inside of the culture section, an obscure story about Miramax firing an Italian executive. Who cared? The Times then culture editor John Landman, now an editor-at-large for Bloomberg, thought the story was unimportant, asking me why it mattered. He's not a publicly elected official, he told me. I explained, to no avail, that a public company would certainly have a problem with a procurer on the payroll for hundreds of thousands of dollars. At the time, Disney told me they had no idea Lombardo existed. A spokeswoman for the Times had no comment on Sunday. I was devastated after traveling to 2 countries and overcoming immense challenges to confirm at least part of the story that wound up running last week, more than a decade later. I had met in person with a woman who said she'd been paid off for an unwanted sexual encounter and thus proved she existed. Also read Harvey Weinstein has no case against the New York Times, legal experts say today. I wonder if this story had come to light at the time, would Weinstein have continued his behavior for another decade, evidenced by the scathing 2015 memo by former staffer Lauren O'Connor unearthed by Kantor and Twohey. Writes Rutenberg, Mr. Weinstein had his own enablers. He built his empire on a pile of positive press clippings that, before the internet era, could have reached the moon. The New York Times was one of those enablers. So pardon me for having a deeply ambivalent response about the current heroism of the Times. Editor's note: a previous version of this story stated that John Landman was a deputy managing editor at the Times. He left that position in 2013 to become an editor-at-large at Bloomberg View. The Wrap regrets the error. The sudden ousting of Fox Sports president Jamie Horowitz and the suspension of Fox Business host Charles Payne this week are the latest signs of a sea shift in the Murdochian entertainment giant in its response to allegations of sexual harassment and other questionable behavior by executives and on-air talent. Various July 6, 2016 Gretchen Carlson files lawsuit against Roger Ailes. Former Fox Friends anchor Gretchen Carlson filed a sexual harassment lawsuit against Ailes, who denied her claims. Fox and Friends, July 9, 2016. 6 other women claim Ailes harassed them. Former Republican National Committee field advisor Kelly Boyle and model Marcia Callahan were among the 6 women who accused Ailes of previous harassment. Ailes denied the claims. Getty Images, July 19, 2016. Megyn Kelly says she was sexually harassed by Ailes amid an external law firm's investigation into the multiple claims against Ailes. Then primetime host Megyn Kelly told investigators that she had been harassed by Ailes years ago. Kelly wrote in her memoir about talking to investigators about the allegations. Fox News, July 21, 2016. Ailes resigns. Fox News announced that Ailes had resigned as network chairman after 2 decades of dominating cable news, walking away with a $40 million severance package. Getty Images, January 10, 2017. Bill O'Reilly settlement comes to light. News surfaced that the O'Reilly Factor host had previously settled with Juliette Huddy, a Fox News employee who claimed he tried to derail her career after she rebuffed his romantic advances. Getty Images, March 8, 2017. Fox News settles with Tamara Ann Holder. Fox News paid former on-air contributor Tamara Ann Holder more than $2.5 million following allegations that Fox News Latino Vice President Francisco Quartz tried to coerce her into performing oral sex on him. Fox News Latino, March 24, 2017. Fox News controller Judy Slater sacked. Fox News has fired longtime controller Judy Slater after an internal investigation concluded she had engaged in a pattern of racist comments and behavior. Several of the employees later filed lawsuits against the network over the incidents. Fox News, April 1, 2017. Claims against O'Reilly settled for $13 million. A New York Times investigation found that O'Reilly and Fox News had paid $13 million in total to 5 women who had worked or appeared on O'Reilly Factor over the years and made claims of sexual harassment or other inappropriate behavior. Fox News, April 3, 2017. Another lawsuit against Ailes and Fox News. Fox News contributor Julie Roginski filed a lawsuit accusing Ailes of sexually harassing her. She also alleged that Fox News co-president Bill Shine retaliated against her for making the claims. Ailes denied the allegations, and Shine declined to comment. Getty Images, April 19, 2017. Fox News cuts ties with O'Reilly. Fox News announced that O'Reilly would not return to the network following its external investigation into claims of sexual harassment. Twitter, April 21, 2017. Debbie Schlussel claims Sean Hannity invited her to his hotel. Former Fox News guest Debbie Schlussel claimed that primetime host Sean Hannity had once invited her back to his hotel after an event they attended, and that she was never invited back to Hannity's show after she rebuffed his advances. The host denied the claims. Schlussel later clarified that she did not consider the encounter to constitute sexual harassment. "I thought he was weird and creepy," she told Law News. Getty Images, April 24, 2017. Andrea Tarantos files her own lawsuit. Andrea Tarantos, a former host of the Fox show The Five, filed a new lawsuit against Ailes, Shine and other network executives, claiming that an extensive online harassment campaign had been waged against her. Fox News sought arbitration and called Tarantos not a victim, but an opportunist. Various, May 1, 2017. Bill Shine resigns following Roginski and Tarantos lawsuits. Fox News announced that Shine was exiting the network. Getty Images, May 19, 2017. Bob Beckel fired at Fox News. Fox News fired The Five co-host Bob Beckel after he was accused of making an insensitive remark to an African-American employee. Fox News Human Resources took less than 48 hours to investigate the incident and recommend dismissal, a network executive told Their App. Fox News, June 19, 2017. Investigation by the State of New York. The New York State Division on Human Rights launched an investigation into Fox News over her sexual harassment claims by former O'Reilly Factor guest commentator Wendy Walsh against O'Reilly. Walsh's attorney Lisa Bloom said O'Reilly has denied Walsh's claims. Fox News, July 3, 2017. Fox Sports fires Jamie Horowitz. Jamie Horowitz was abruptly ousted from his position as president of Fox Sports National Networks amid allegations of sexual harassment against Horowitz. An individual familiar with the matter told the New York Times. Horowitz's attorney denied any misconduct. Getty Images, July 6, 2017. Fox Business suspends Charles Payne. Charles Payne, the host of Fox Business Making Money, was suspended by the network due to an investigation over a 3-year relationship with a married political analyst who appeared as a guest on Fox Business and Fox News, the Los Angeles Times reported. Payne denied allegations of sexual harassment, calling them an ugly lie. Fox. The sudden ousting of Fox Sports president Jamie Horowitz and the suspension of Fox Business host Charles Payne this week are the latest signs of a sea shift in the Murdoch-run entertainment giant in its response to allegations of sexual harassment and other questionable behavior by executives and on-air talent.